I push the button.
Not that button. Push the other button.
Well, there's more than one button to push.
Push them. Push them. The earlier you push them, the quicker you get the thing.
So
all of the buttons.
Well, just so y'all know why I'm being bullied at this time.
Correct.
I just hit 1K earlier today, and Meeks is yelling at you to hurry up.
Absolutely.
So I will be doing so, but I did not want to hold up the show for the evening. So we are here, and also first thing, I'll put this up later, but I'll do it first off rip because I also got my first donation yesterday. So thank you, Colette Denmark, for your generosity. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you're enjoying the show. So now then, dear ones, back to this drama.
Hey, Casey.
Oh, well, first of all, actually, I'm sorry. How are you today, ladies?
Great. I got a Ridgeline parked in their driveway because they took my car and didn't give it back in time. So now I got to go to work with a Ridgeline. People are going to be confused.
Let them be.
Keep
them on their toes.
Listen, first of all, let's see if I can park it. That's the thing.
Keep them guessing.
Gotta park it.
Oh yeah, how big is that thing?
It does not fit in my garage because I mean, here's the thing: it does fit, but all the sensors were going off, so I was like, let me just back out. Let me just reverse in case I crush and crunch my this rental car. So it's in the driveway. It's pretty big. It's big. Hi. You should watch the show though, Phil. FYI, it's really good. It's superb television.
Hey Phil, what's going on? Yes, you will absolutely enjoy it.
It's so good.
Hey Casey.
Yeah, so I'll have that. I just got to remember to bring stuff with me when I got to return it because I'm pretty sure they're going to be finished with my car in the middle of the day. That's how it works.
Yeah, whenever it's least convenient for you.
Exactly. It's going to be like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's gonna be It's gonna be
accurate.
It's gonna be like 1:15.
Oh, that's even worse.
Because you need it during lunch rush. It has to be something that is completely inconvenient for you.
And at that point, I might as well wait until I get off work, which is after work traffic.
Which is boom in the middle of rush hour. Gotcha.
Right.
And I got to fill up the tank.
You
got to bring it back at full, even though I don't go anywhere. It's been parked. But yeah, but I'm great.
That's awesome. And how about you, Lady D? How are you?
I'm doing great. I have a sleeping baby on my lap. I do good.
Aww.
Perfect.
So it's like now I get to hang out with my girls and do like human stuff for at least an hour. Right?
Yes, indeed.
Human dork stuff. We love it.
Human dork stuff. I love it. I'm just gonna say it. People like, y'all don't know because you weren't on. Like we were backstage talking about this, but like now my brain has me looking up necromancy, and I just wish I wasn't here. I just wish that this wasn't where I was in 2025. I wish really the world was not where. Like there's so much happening in the world. Like,
so much.
A lot of tomfoolery. All you can do.
You might need to just take the whole damn globe and throw it in the trash and start over.
Supposedly there's an asteroid that could potentially hit us in 2032.
There's a 1 point something percent chance, which is better than the 3 point something chance they were saying.
It went up. It's like
it went up again.
The percentage is like at 3. I thought 3% or something. So
when I saw it last night, they said it was at 3 something, then it went down to 1. So if it's back up at 3, then that means it changed again.
Hold on, now I gotta look.
So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna nuke it? You know,
because this isn't the movies. It's like super far away though. It's not like it's really close.
Yeah, so I mean, shoot some shit at it now, like so that it'll blow it up on the way. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they're contemplating.
Let it get here, like please. Like when I said build the whole like planet away, I mean like we need to start over with a bunch of shit. I didn't mean like we need to all die.
Actually throw it away.
Yeah, like
well, it's not big enough.
kill us.
It's not big enough to cause like full extinction, but it could take out a couple cities, is what they were saying. Hey, Imagination Realm, what's going on, Haymaker? We don't know yet.
I said it. You heard me.
The course the course is not true enough yet for us to know precisely where.
Yeah, it went back down. I was like, dang it! It went up to 3. I was like, oh. I told you first wave.
I know. I will not come save you if I get a safe house with the vehicle that's armored. Nope. I know. It's in the books. I got you. Oh man. Chat room. Thank you for joining us. Casey was first in. Phil stopped in earlier. John Haymaker and Imagination Realm. Awesome folks are here.
Hey y'all.
And in case y'all missed it, girl hit 1,000. 1K. Earlier today. So yeah, we're gonna start trying to do some more cool things. Hey, first time catching it live. That is awesome. Welcome. I am glad that you enjoyed season 1. Appreciate that.
Yeah, congratulations indeed. Sprinkle.
Thank you. Sprinkle. All right, where are my notes?
Glad you got notes. I just pulled up Google.
That's okay. That's a surefire quick way. Do you have any like outstanding thoughts first to start us off before we go by the line items?
From these 2 episodes, or from like
well, we'll go with episode 3. Yeah.
First, I have to remember what happened.
Okay, yeah. We started off with Daniel at the sushi spot, to where the chef was matching his level of petty, because he said something about like give me the ones that don't move around on the plate, please. And the chef just looked at him like, motherfucker. He pulled a whole ass Lafayette without saying a word and stood in his face looking at him, taking the shit off, and then pushed it right back out there. Here. And I don't blame that man for that.
Okay, I had to read what happened in the next episode. Yeah, listen. I just want to
know, what's going on?
I don't like Armand. Okay, I don't like him. So in the midst of these episodes, I still couldn't stand him. So he's my standout. I can't stand you. I can't stand you. But I was intrigued with how Daniel was dealing with what he remembered without saying anything.
Yeah,
that was part of the problem.
He's being very quick on his feet for the distress levels that we see him slip into in and out these 2 episodes. I was a bit surprised once secret agent man left and the camera went back to Louis at the house. I didn't know that he was sleeping in the bed still. That kind of surprised me. I don't know why.
Oh, you mean with Armand?
I mean, him and Lestat would sleep in coffins too, though.
I hate him. I'm sorry. Continue. But that part did confuse me because I was like, who the hell is this man? What are you talking about? How did he get here? Did I skip an episode? And I was like, oh.
I also would like to call out Armand and Louis' ridiculousness on this laptop that they have this man using, because I would assume they've already looked at everything he had on there when he got there. Y'all didn't think to give him some better hardware protection?
Absolutely
not him out here getting hacked by MI6 so easily.
No, like zero encryption. Y'all didn't even
encryption.
How about we just have all the files of us talking about we're not supposed to, and just like make it completely like, and let's put them on public Wi-Fi or something like that.
Right, like let's just throw it on the cloud. It's all right.
He's like, you have like Muppet Baby level security,
right?
Laptop.
Well, here's the thing. They're even worse. They're like, hey, I'm gonna give you the super secret file of information and stuff that we collected over hundreds of years, and I'll put it on your desktop.
Right. First of all, how's there enough room on his desktop for all those files?
Right on your desktop.
I don't understand that.
Probably because they're not the actual files, more like copies of them, like PDFs.
Mm-hmm.
You can scrunch some PDFs together, but that was, I mean, like
you can compress,
but I'm still like
1,000 years worth of
desktop.
data. That's that. I feel like that would crash my computer, and I've got a pretty high tech computer, even though it's on its last legs right now. What was it? Wasn't 1,000? Okay, how many? It was some hundreds, wasn't it?
I think it was just following Armand mostly because he was the one who's the oldest, so he had the most reach for it, right? I didn't think it was 1,000.
And it's probably not everything,
you know what?
Right?
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that.
You could have like the drive, like you could like Google Drive. You could literally link stuff and then have the Google Drive app, and it'll show you previews of it like on your desktop without you actually having the file until you click on it and access it. So there's ways. Why are we talking about this?
Because it's super secret, and they were like, "Here's your information on your desktop," and I'm still gonna be mad at you. I don't care.
On your desktop that is horribly compromised already. We're gonna give you some more top secret level shit that we don't want the vampires you're colluding with right now to know about, but we're not gonna give you any better encryption codes than they did either. And yes, hello, Jordan. And I forgot about the Talamasca. That's probably where that guy is from. Like Daniel's trying to mark down, like maybe he's from MI6. No, I don't think it's MI6. But the Talamascas, yeah, I think that's exactly who that is.
Why would
and Haymaker? Haymaker, you get 5 cool points for that because I understood that reference.
Me too.
That was my fucking movie, bro. I love that movie.
It's the reason why I love computers. I thought it was just like that. It's not. Did you get
the reference, Lady D? Have you watched the movie Actors from way back in the day?
Yeah, way back in the day. Hanging out in their little whatever that was, arcade / whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
Back when Angelina Jolie had little titties.
And she had like baby face, like real like fatty.
She had the baby face still. Yep.
Yeah, baby face and little titties.
Wow.
It's true.
I'm listening. You're correct. That's just old. God damn it, we're old.
Back in the day, people had little titties.
Back in the day, that was normal.
Big titties meant you were a whore.
Back in the day, like no, really, that was like a thing.
Like whether they were fake or not.
But, you can't have big titties because you're a whore.
It didn't have huge, and if you did, like it was like a reasonable amount of cleavage. Now it's just like everybody's Dolly Parton, and that wasn't a thing. Like Dolly Parton,
right there up top.
Yeah, like that was. It's just a different thing. Okay,
you damn right.
I'm done.
They are trashing on our rights, and yeah, the Talamascans right now are trashing on Daniel's rights to privacy because they don't give a fuck.
They're trying to get information. They want you to provide the information. So here's what you can ask him to get the information. So when you put it on there, we can get it because we're gonna get it. We already got it.
And you see how many times he was clicking on and off record. So yeah, they wrote them in. I don't know why he think that they're not going to find out about that, but okay, all right. He's in the books. Okay, cool. Oh, and also beyond little stuff like this, no book spoilers, please.
It's been a long periodical time.
Tale of the Body Thief. Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I've never read them. I've only read about them and listened to some stuff about them. But once, go ahead.
Doesn't he go into Armand actually having his very first real interview where he's being asked questions specifically?
Yeah. It starts off like it always does with them. He's talking to Rashid. And being a jackass, and Rashid shuts him down. Like, the fact that we're able to just stay here and talk about this, I think answers that question, sir. He could kill us right now if he wanted to. He's literally floating like right over there. He heard everything that just came out of our mouths. What is this random ass fake test that you're trying to do? Like, Daniel, I dig you, but sometimes your petty don't hit the right notes.
Sometimes you gotta understand you gotta live. You gotta live, my guy, right? Okay. Just throwing it out there.
And real Rashid did get in his feelings a little bit about it, though, because he clapped back this time.
Well, sir, you should have known that somebody was gonna be mad at you. You helped lie with this man, and this man thought that he was sharp and pinging everything, and he thought that he knew.
No, not at all. You had thought.
He did. He had thought.
Okay, so when we do jump back to the past, it's what's his name? He's got his little Armand. He's got his little coven of sewer rats, which I do not understand that at all. Here again, this is one of those moments where I will say Lestat had the shit right. Why the fuck are y'all living in the sewers like the freaking Morlocks in X-Men? What? You have no reason to be there.
He was like, ew.
Yeah.
Right. And also, Lestat's Riz was so damn strong that as soon as he came anywhere near the vicinity, like the minute he set one foot on a cobblestone, that sent the trickle out, and Armand was like, "Oh, hold on."
That's because he was clean.
What the fuck is this?
He was fresh. He was like, "Oh my god, it smells like soap." Is this what soap smells like? Wow. He hasn't had like crack fresh. He's had dirty crack. We were playing in dirty crack, and it's a fresh crack, clean, nothing in it. Bless him. I'm like, bruh, I can't.
Like, I do not understand why that is the life you would choose to give these folks, and you've completely brainwashed them in this little cult that you started, so they don't question you at all. But then, of course, when he sees Lestat, he's like, oh no, this motherfucker goes against every damn thing that I've told these fools. Now I got to go handle this. I have to make him mine immediately. And I don't think he was ready for Lestat. Okay, Lestat, and he said it's his rejection. The constant rejection is what kept him stringing along, because Lestat was just such an anomaly to him. Like, I would like to know who the hell made you, Armand, that you thought living in the dirt is where y'all were supposed to be. You could have taken over any estate, hypnotized into any business, money-making venture that you wanted to. Your people could have been living well without this damn theater thing that's going to come up. Why would you do that?
Because of the Roman coven's fault. Remember, like, he was made by somebody else, and then he got basically kidnapped by the Roman coven, and then the Roman coven shipped him out to Paris. Like, they renamed him and all, and then shipped him out to Paris. So he was living a different kind of, like, we can get into that weird sort of kind of abusive life there.
Yeah, I felt like he felt bad for himself. Like, he knew that he was in charge and he was in control of these vampires, but he didn't want to be, and he was sad about where he was and how he couldn't enjoy stuff and how he didn't want to enjoy stuff. So I'm gonna sit in the squalor and we're gonna squalor together.
I guess.
No, that was the cult. When they sent
that's
him,
a damn shame.
When they go back, I don't know if it's this episode or the next one, but when they go to the museum and he shows
that's the next
one, his whole life story. Remember that? Okay, so he tells them, like, after he lost Maurice or whoever that was that the Roman coven
Marius
killed. Marius,
yeah, Marius ran away.
After that, like, I thought they killed him, but after that, like, when he got taken by the Roman coven or whatever, and they renamed him, they sent him to Paris to lead this cult, this satanic vampire cult. And that's why they're, like, all so religious. And they were like, we serve God through Satan. I thought was the craziest thing I had.
That was wild. I rewound that scene to make sure I heard exactly what I heard and that I was reading the subtitles acculately, because how does that sentence even make sense?
Yeah, like, how do you even? But I'm like, you know what? People believe
humans
all types of things.
Yeah.
Won't even get into it. I think we've seen that in the last few months.
Yeah,
we literally will believe all sorts of stupid things. That when the leopard eats their face, they're like, "Oh, but they're like, oh,
shock Pikachu face
would eat my face." Right. So
okay,
that's why.
You are right. A little bit, Goth. You are right. Yeah, he does, like Meeks was saying, he has a disdain for himself. But see, I feel like if that was me, I would completely skew in the opposite direction. I absolutely would be letting my freak theater kid flag fly, and I would be out there on some extracurricular campy shit on stage like Lestat was, because you are not gonna have me in the sewers.
I'm not gonna be in the sewers
with rats.
Mind my business. I'm gonna be over here minding my business. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was like an eye-opening experience for Armand, because he was just like, this is what we're supposed to do. We can't have anything else. And he came down here and was like, y'all smell like shit.
Yeah.
Literally. And they started following and they were stalking this man
and he was like,
hard.
Look at this tree. Look at outside. Look,
look at this fresh air. Look at all these pretty people that smell good and are clean.
Sitting on a bench.
With makeup on. And y'all over here digging through the grass at the fellow morgue in the city park. Because what I didn't understand that. I feel like that was a really stupid move. Armand could have changed that at any given point in time.
The whole situation with him and his previous covering is so weird to me.
Yeah, very.
It's weird.
It was their religious belief. Like they really sat here and was like, "This is what we're supposed to do to please God. Live in this sewer." And then come out of the sewer and like hide behind corners and watch Lestat like dirty little weirdos.
And I feel like that's what caused them to be like, you know what, y'all really want to do this, y'all committed to doing this, even after seeing that. Okay, well, let me just go ahead and back up out of here.
Like legit, and that's how you know. I feel like that's how you know that he wasn't even really trying to get anyone of note. Because had one of those highborn noble class, even the lesser noble class, would have been turned, there is absolutely no way. I don't care how heavy their thirst became, you was going to get them to leave their creature comforts that they absolutely could still have with all their family's money up top and be in these sewers. No. I understand you thinking that your whole existence is an affront to whatever natural life is supposed to be. But this ain't it, Chief. This is not it. No thanks. And Lestat came in, of course, big dick swinging Lestat like, go where? No.
You come here.
Which is the only thing that gave Lestat pause was when Armand did finally choose to confront him. He had some extracurricular powers. Like Lestat's pretty damn powerful, but it's like comparing. It's like comparing Jean Grey, again very powerful, to Franklin Richards, way beyond Omega level mutant. You just don't do that. And Armand stopped time. I didn't know that was thing. He pulled the Piper Halliwell from Charmed, shut that shit down right away. Lestat thought he was gonna come get it back in blood, and Marty was just like, no, stop, freeze, flick up against the wall, barely having to lay a hand on him. And Lestat is you could damn near on his face see Lestat's dick getting hard, because he was like, oh wait, hold on, perhaps I was mistaken, my friend. Wait a minute, let's talk about this. Because I don't think he's been that impressed with anything for quite some time.
Well, you got to think about it. He also doesn't know the extent of what they can do, because his master put himself into fire. Yeah, right. He's learning all this stuff. He's thinking like, oh, right, true. I can do that. And he see this dude stop time. He's like, oh.
He's like, wait, hold on. I was not prepared for that. Right? And then he's got that firebender power also, and he's telekinetic, which I think that's always a useful power, being telekinetic. And Lestat, he is awestruck. And yes, he low-key is a time master for sure. I'll give him that title.
So I think that Lestat was keen on ignoring him and being like, "Oh, these people are weird. I'm not dealing with them," until he saw that, because he's like, hold on. So you might be worth me like attaching myself to, because you can either teach me something, or you can get me something. So
yeah, and he said that, and he was like, "Yo, I know who made you, bruh. That motherfucker that made you, that was from my team. I made that little bitch, okay? And you are wasting the talents that I know he has. How dare you be out here like this, all belligerent in the streets and shit? And all you're doing really is running around here getting your boy toys and your gals whenever you want." That's an affront to everything in Armand's belief, which I still call into question, because Armand, shut up. You living in a sewer, my dude. Hey, Corinne, thank you. You say he's Carrie? Nah, he's way more powerful than Carrie. Carrie was telekinetic. That's the only extra that she had. She can't stop time. She's not a firebender. Not on the same level.
But yeah, so I feel like seeing all of that, he now has a reason to allow Armand to pursue him. While Armand is also learning that I don't know if y'all have ever seen Sweet Charity, the musical. All I can think of, there's got to be something more than this. There's got to be some good reason to live. And if I find me something that I can do, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get out. I'm going to do it. So now he's got something to do. He's got somebody to follow. He's got a man.
I've heard that.
So now Armand is like, I don't even want to be here with them.
And I feel like that's the worst thing Armand could have said, because next thing you know, his children, for lack of a better term, are running amok and having all of the fun, gallivanting and killing for nothing as they want to, but in their brains, again, remember they're just now coming out of cult life. Their brains cannot properly process Lestat's extravagance and wealth and rich boyness, doing whatever the hell he wants, with the forced piety of Armand. It's an interesting dynamic to see. And he said, no, they all went crazy and took their lives. Some of them did, I think.
Yeah, I think maybe like two or three of them made it to the
there were about 3 or 4 of them in the theater once Lestat was on the stage and Armand finally came to a show. And he was like, oh, you don't have a covenant? I think you're mistaken on that, bruh. Come over here. Let me get you hip to some shit real quick. And they sitting there and they were waiting just for the right cue from Lestat. And they all turned around, looked at him like, we still here, boss? So that was an interesting thing to see. But all in all, still, Armand, I'm glad to know a little bit more about your story. And I definitely wanted to know how you and Lestat were ever a thing. But you are trash, hot garbage.
Always.
I'm actually, I think I'm putting him on the same level as Montrose from Lovecraft Country. Like you're in here fucking up.
I honestly, you didn't watch The Expanse, but to me, he's like a Marco.
I did watch The Expanse. What you mean?
Okay, who didn't watch The Expanse?
Oh shit. I think a while back it was JD, but I since got him hooked. He had watched it. He's watched it by now.
Listen, he's a Marco Inaris to me.
I
hate him so much.
I will give you that. Yeah, I will give you that. That actually fits a lot better. That's a perfect fit, even down to the hair. That's almost a perfect fit. Yeah, thinking that you're the hero while you're out here doing all of the dirt that you're preaching against other people doing. You fucking hypocrite.
Hate him. Push him down on the ground, kick him in the stomach.
Which, oddly enough, is kind of what he did to Lestat after he stole his boyfriend. That's the thing that really made not only the show of power, but because he stole his boy toy, that his current flavor of the month. And he went to go get him, and he came prepared, of course, because it's Lestat, and he's always going to be with the drama. He could have came in there with just any random handheld cross. The motherfucker goes and up to a steeple at a church, steals the larger than life freaking crucifix with the Lord Jesus on it in stone, and went down there like, oh, what's that you say? You got what? Huh? Here, how's that? And everybody's skulking away, and you know it's Lestat. He over there giggling his ass off in his head.
It's funny. It's like y'all.
See, the baby thought it was funny too. See, she was just chiming in. We know. Yep.
Y'all weird.
You can't hear you guys are in my ear, but yeah.
Like, take that. You guys are funny. Take that.
That's okay, because she hears us on the strength of that. She's on our ether.
I thought it was hilarious when he came in there with that crucifix. I was like, "Oh, you're the worst."
I'm like, go ahead and poke.
You're the worst. You know that they're super religious,
and they're fragile,
worst.
and they're hungry.
So fragile. So, and again, why do you have your people down here in squalor, starving, my dude?
Because that's part of
you're religion. Oh, fuck that.
You're not supposed to have nothing. And that's why they look like that. And then I listen, the fact that Armand was tired of this for a very long time but didn't say nothing, because he was like, well, what am I supposed to do?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, this was your religion or whatnot, but that was years and years and years ago, bro. Who is gonna check you? Who gonna check you?
The Roman coven. I think he was one.
Okay, but where they at?
And then I mean, they showed up when they needed to show up to get his maker, right? And then two, you remember his backstory. He was literally first a child slave and then a sex slave. Like he's preconditioned
to follow instructions.
To follow instructions. In order to survive and not die. Like it's messed up, but it is what it is.
No, and you're right. I'm doing the thing that I tell people not to do with Thrones. I know, baby. I heard you. I'm correcting myself right now. I know. My bad.
Fighting to sleep. She's over there like starting habits, and she's like, "I wish to be awake," and he's like, "No," and she's like,
"No." Imagination Realm. They didn't cancel it. It was only ever supposed to be one season, just like Watchmen. It was only ever slated for one season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lovecraft was supposed to be just one season.
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah. That and Watchmen were never meant to be anything more than one. Yep. I would have loved to see a continuation because they left us with a lot of juicy breadcrumbs that they could have expounded on. But I get it. Mm-hmm. They did what they were supposed to do.
Yep.
And hey, Lady V, just saw you come in, girl.
Hey, y'all.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Appreciate y'all.
But then don't we go from like the far past to like jumping up to like the current past we're talking about and like
Wait, I got it because I remember the Lovecraft Country thing really clearly because I remember when Underground got canceled and Underground was the other show that Misha Green had done. Mm-hmm. There was definitely supposed to be a season 2 of Lovecraft Country, and then
I remember them saying she was working on it.
If y'all remember, there was all of this backlash to things that were basically too black and too rooted in like that civil rights era and like they opened the show with Tulsa. Like there was all this backlash against Lovecraft Country. Go back and Google it, you'll see it. And so they were like, it was a toxic work environment, a hostile work environment, so we're canceling the show. And that's what happened.
See.
Yeah, okay, I remember hearing that they were going to try to push for a season 2, but originally it was just supposed to be that season 1. But so many people were into it that they wanted to try to do that. And I remember there was a kind of map of different territories that was released. It was like a leak. I don't remember.
So let me be angry,
girl. You know where you at. You absolutely can always be that. There was a map that a whole lot of people took issue with also because of what it seemed that they were going to be showing in some of the storylines, which is to be expected whenever, us melanated folks have anything cool. They don't be liking that, especially when it's good.
Small time. Mm-hmm. One time. Mm-hmm. It's very Little Giants. You get one time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see, and the stock gives him the plans for the theater and how you could literally hide in plain sight, which really that was very smart because the theater is a perfect place to do that. I mean, the next best thing they could have did was like a bizarre carnival, and it still would have kicked off the same way. And then we jump back to, not back to Daniel and them just yet, but we jump back to
Claudia in the past. Like we jump forward in the past.
Yeah. Jump forward. And Claudia, she's in the room with Louis. He's getting ready to go out for his nighttime picture taking session, and she is trying to get ready for the theater because she now has been upgraded to not just random person, but she's got duties to do backstage, and she's all in. She's trying to be up in there. Like, look, if I pay my dues and I do these things,
then I could be on stage.
Then not only will she be on stage, but that's going to be her family. They will induct her into the covenant. She's working for that. And Louis is still talking all that nonsense, and he's pissing her off. You could very clearly see.
He was pissing
and
me
she
off.
is literally looking there like, look, I understand, blah, 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 A, B, C, D. shut the fuck up, okay? I don't know exactly what your plans are here, but I know what I'm supposed to remember about our backstory, and now I got it, okay? I have to go to work.
Well, I just feel like he's also doing. I don't understand why he doesn't see when he's doing this. But once again, he's getting infatuated with another guy and leaving her out to dry.
Leaving her by herself.
Leaving her by herself, and then being mad that she's mad that she can see what he's doing. Like, she's not stupid.
And she said it perfectly. We'll go into a little more detail with it for the next episode, but she does say it very perfectly. Like, bruh, you get real fucking stupid when you're in love, and all this bullshit you talking about, you know, me and you against the world, and then you run up on some other bullshit, and now look what happened.
You run up on a penis. Go ahead and say what it is. He runs up on a penis. He just forgets everything, all the promises, all the plans, out the window.
Yep. And it's really even more egregious because we see how Lestat acted. He got them the whole covenant on this theater plan, and of course, because it's Lestat and he's fucking horny asshole, they gonna bang in one of the private sessions that's still all out in the open, even though there's walls up around it, while they're on stage and getting like their first kill in for the night. And then he said a week later he was gone, and he left a big trunk full of money to help us start getting investments and doing this to fix up some things and whatnot to properly take over and run the shows. And then that was the last that he saw of him.
He got bored.
Yeah, right. And Louis said, you know, Lestat will always be for Lestat. Can you listen to your own advice, bruh?
No. And the sad thing is he learned it from him too. Like he was already like that as a human, but being around somebody for so many years,
it enhanced
all of that. He picked all of that up from Lestat and just was like, well, I don't know why he did that, but you're doing the same thing.
And he is completely blind, like the lady said earlier, completely blind about how he's actually treating Claudia, which is really, really fucked.
Did he?
I do like there was one thing that Armand had said, like when she was getting ready and leave, he kind of questioned her sternly, like, aren't you supposed to be taking on a new gig tonight at the party? He said, I have 3 minutes to get there, sir. I was just on my way. And she goes out and Louis asks about her and how she's doing, and Maria smiles because he fucks with Claudia. Everybody on there, especially Santiago, they're very heavy on Claudia's team right now. Are they hazing her a little bit? Yeah, but you got to go through that process. Exactly. Yeah, they got to see exactly where your head is at. And his reply to Louis was, she's taking the abuse well. So one, they obviously recognize, yes, they're absolutely hazing her, but two, they want to make sure that she is up to the caliber that they are at. So I don't fault them for that. You got to check your applications properly.
Yeah, I mean, they call the girl purplish brownish. Like, I had to look up what piece was. I was like, isn't that a color? Like,
it is.
Like, y'all basically calling her dark, basically, like that's dark purple, like, you know.
Go ahead and say the darky. That's I was like,
yeah, that's what I was, you know, that's like calling somebody. That's like somebody Italian calling somebody black or moody, like, you know, like, that's not. That's not.
We know what it is.
And she's just dealing with it. And
I mean, she wants to fit in.
You're mad for her.
She wants love, and freaking Louis just, it's his fault.
Love and being able to belong. Like, it's so like,
and not have to be stuck in child's shoes to do so. All right, real quick. Corinne says, you know, traveling around the world in a war zone to find someone like them. Yeah. And so, you know, we finally find someone and you fall in love with them. And yeah, after everything we've been through, all that shit that you said last episode, and now here you are, everything still rearranging and trying to change her mind towards things specifically for the benefit of you and your boy toy.
Question: did he ever say why he kept rejecting Armand's offer to join the coven?
I think because he said, like, he doesn't want to be under anyone's thumb. Like he said, back home, I had to be up under people before, and I found out what it was to actually be the one in charge and be running shit. So that's where I'm at. I'm not a follower. Basically, that's basically what it boiled down to.
Because I'm like,
I think it was.
Okay,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No.
Girl, you go ahead.
I think he was like I think it was because he's like a parallel to Lestat, right? Like Lestat came in the Paris, and he was like, I don't want to freaking do what you want me to do, even though you're stronger than me and all that, whatever. And he fell in love with him. And now, obviously, Lestat's child comes to Paris and was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm not really feeling all this theater. I don't care if you're not dirty or not. It's great you guys don't live in the sewers anymore. That would have sucked, you know what I'm saying? But I just not what I want to do. Like, I'm used to literally being in New Orleans, moving and shaking and whatever else, and I didn't have to go through war-torn Europe and all that stuff. Like, I'm not.
Definitely hot boy.
He is his hot boy summer.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to be a part of your little freaking theater club, bro.
Well, like, bro, I can come and go as I please. The movements of this theater do not dictate my movements of me. I'm doing some shit that I love with these pictures, and I feel like if I tag team with y'all just gonna hinder that. And I've had enough of that back home. I don't need it anymore. Thanks.
But I feel like it's also him maneuvering the way he's maneuvering that's making everybody else antsy and angry and like making them like a target technically. So how are you going to be a vampire who doesn't have to follow any rules while still getting the attention from the leader of the coven while out here doing all of this random shit that you know you're not supposed to be doing? You over here killing people and leaving bodies because you panicked. Like don't get me wrong. When he had that hallucination of Lestat and he jumped on that man, I get that. But you just gonna throw that man in the water or what did he do with him? He either buried him somewhere shallow or like sir, that's not a cleanup job.
Yeah,
clearly
he's
not
at all,
found,
bro.
So you got to do all of this to put not only you at risk, Claudia at risk, but them at risk, and then still pretend like you don't have to be a part of nothing. Like, oh, I don't have any rules to follow, so you're just gonna be leaving bodies everywhere. You want us to clean up after you? Absolutely not. So now they got eyes on you, and you did that to yourself.
Yep, you came into their house, bruh,
and
you came into their house,
knocked over a vase, and was like, "Ooh, that's a fucking mess."
No, and they have given you so much leeway, bruh. So much leeway. And the only reason they're leaving you alone right now, well, no, there's two reasons. The only two reasons they're leaving you alone right now is because of Armand and Claudia. Because again, yes, they're hazing Claudia, but they fucks with her. They like her a lot. He literally said, "Oh no, the coven has big plans for her," and they meant that.
It's ridiculous.
So, where do we go from here? Oh, Claudia. Once the show and whatnot is over, Claudia is talking to him one night, right before they're about to go to bed, and she gives him the basic rundown over what actually happened. And I think she only opened up and was able to do that because at that point, Louis was still on the right frequency with her. But then things go to shit very quickly after this. And I already knew it was bad with Claudia and what happened with her and that dude. But hearing her describe it was just so much more heartbreaking.
Trash.
Hot garbage.
Trash.
Hot garbage. If there was ever anyone I wanted to take that damn special wood stake from the magic tree in the originals and stick it like right through their heart and then his balls, it will be that dude.
Yeah, wake him up every couple of Sunday years.
Every couple of years. Yep.
Trash.
Just
trash.
All right, let me go over here. Yeah, he was always doing his own thing, which would not have been a problem if he wasn't moving as sloppy as he was. He doesn't know a whole lot about vampire culture. He knows vampire culture, but he was very sheltered in only being with Lestat because he never learned the broader outside rules. Like, the Volturi were not sending ravens over to America at that point in time.
Like, he had his house rules, but he didn't have the community rules, which is important.
Yeah. And Lestat never, which is why they had an issue with them from the first moment they walked into the city.
Yep.
But yeah, they get through all that, and Armand is catching a little bit of heat,
as he should,
because bruh, you supposed to been recruited Louis by now. Like it's past the deadline. We've been waiting.
What's it gonna be?
We've pushed the deadline back like 4 times now. Claudia's on board. We already know that. We want her. Absolutely. It's like the Lost Boys when David's trying to recruit Michael. He don't just want Michael. He wants Michael and his little brother. I forget what the hell the boy name was. Rest in peace, Corey, though. But it was supposed to be a 2-for-1 deal. And Armand is not holding up on his bargain. And I don't know why Armand is even still alive for real, because I feel like that in itself is so egregious to everything they stand for that they should have killed him or put him in one of them ice boxes.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
They got.
I was getting ready to say they might not be able to.
As soon as they made a movement, he'd be like, go to sleep.
You're right.
Or
or stop.
Time would have froze. Yeah, he would have hit the Piper move. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that for a second.
Out like, oh well, guess I gotta start over.
I just thought that it was so weird that he thought that he had everybody so well in hand that the fact that he could dismiss Louis doing whatever he wants to do to his coven, like, well, we're just gonna, like, sir, did you
absolutely
even check the fine print on what you're talking about? Like, did you even look at the Carfax? Did you check anything to see if they were actually following what you were saying, what you were doing, and actually like behind you while you out here forgiving Louis for everything just because you want to be with him? They're not dumb. They know what y'all doing.
And they show all of that in a pretty decently shot split. I liked how we could see both times happening simultaneously. You know, the induction starts and Louis is allowed to be there to watch the very beginning. But for the second half, that part is members only. So Armand takes him out for a walk. And Louis knows, you know, I think he very much senses that he's going to die because he doesn't want to conform and join the coven. And he's not having it. I was like, look, okay, I don't like the fire shit. I'm not trying to suffer all like that. Like, if you're going to kill me, just go ahead off with my head and let it be done. But I will task you with taking care of my baby girl. Otherwise, I will come back and haunt you for the next 100,000 millennia until you finally die. So, I mean, that's all well and good. But yeah, you know, the same time we got Claudia being listed off the rules.
Oh, gosh.
Each coven must have its leader. Dark gifts, and this is something me and Meeks got y'all hip to last season. You do not make mortal children. Dark gifts are never given to children, crippled, or maimed people. Those last two parts may sound harsh, but I think I know exactly why they said that. No vampire must write the histories or leave any type of written evidence that we exist. Do not reveal yourself to a mortal unless you're about to kill them, which is something that Marius told Lestat back in Queen of the Damned, if y'all remember that movie. There's another. No vampire must harm another, except for the leader, who is the person that can make that call. They are the judge, jury, and executioner if they choose to be, but it has to be them. No random person. If y'all two are beefing, it doesn't matter. You can't kill each other.
Yeah. And he was reading out the rules. I was like, oh my gosh, listen, are you still blocking hard? Like, hopefully they trust you enough that they don't have to like look into your head. But I'm like, girl, that's too close for me. I can't be a part of that when I have the secret of us, well, in her mind, killing Lestat because.
Yep.
I'm like, oh girl, that's a secret you gotta hold, and I ain't got time for that.
And it's a bit surprising to, well, maybe not surprising, but perplexing maybe, that Armand knows. And I want to think that, you know, vampires, that's like a staple thing across the board. They can get inside your head. How has no one else seen it? Claudia and Louis didn't graduate from Hogwarts, so I don't know that they could actually hide their thoughts like that.
I think in the series, it's a power like the fire, and being able to like all the other things, being able to fly.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
I think if you have the power to do that, you can. If not, like you just
you're not.
You can't.
Somebody got to tell you.
If you made the vampire, then you can get into their brains. But there are those special ones like Armand who can jump in at all times. So that makes sense. I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
they gave her a part. Like once they did that, and she was inducted in there, initiated in there. They gave her a role, and she was so happy that to have something to perform finally, right? And they made her what?
A little girl, which is so messed up.
And they said specifically for the next 50 years. And I saw it immediately, the look on her face, like, what the fuck do you mean?
I felt so bad.
You want her to play a child?
She was so excited. And then was like,
right. The number one thing that she has been trying to get away from.
Yeah,
one of her
40.
number one right, exactly. Like what the fuck? What do you mean I have to play a baby child? Not even just a child, but a toddler age child for 50 fucking years? Absolutely not. I do not fault her at all on these thoughts. No, absolutely the fuck not. That's some bullshit. And I feel like that is one of those setups that Armand put in.
I think so too,
because he's still testing her.
I don't think he's testing her. I think he's jealous of her. I think he's jealous of how much Louis still is worried about her and wants to prioritize her happiness.
I like that.
Yeah, he's definitely jealous of her.
Yep.
That's why I fucking hate him.
With that.
Hate him. I hate this man. I'm like, I hate him.
I am Louis, you keep picking these assholes that are always going to try to disregard your daughter, sister, cousin, whatnot,
family,
and you right, you are, and you're seriously fucked for that. That's not cool. Like, how do you not see the shit that's happening? I mean, but like she said, no, you're stupid when you're in love, bruh. Yeah, they made her be a baby, and we've seen Claudia's a team player. All right, she wanted this life. She says, you know what? Okay, I'm make it do what it do, and try to get on. But by what, like the 550th time?
Listen, she was putting her all into it. She was putting her all into it, and all of a sudden
the luster was gone.
And then they added more shows just to spite her.
Yeah,
bruh.
And then the part was stupid. Like, you're pegging her freaking foot to the floor. Like, it was too much. It was too much. Like, it was too
really absurd.
This was just an idiotic. Like, come on. Like, and then didn't they try to change it? Didn't somebody say they wrote something else?
And he was like, no.
Our mom was like, no. Yeah,
and he took it away.
No, thank you.
And what a little bit goth is saying right here. There's a theory that Armand preyed on her worst fear to try to get her to self-delete. I believe that.
Yes, he wanted her out of there.
Yeah, I agree with that theory.
Yep.
I absolutely agree.
I think in we're episode 4 now. This episode, he saw her enthusiasm wane for it. He was like, well, you know what? Since you have a problem being happy in this, why don't you go outside and
keep the shit on?
Keep it on all day and go pass out the flyers and then come back and perform it.
He clearly wanted her, and I was wondering, I was like, yo, why are you punishing her for this? Like,
exactly. And that the very first thing I thought was, oh yeah, nah, that shit ain't normal. There's a reason for that. Wait, hold on. To back up just a bit, Corinne was saying she was curious if they did that to mess with her, or if they just didn't understand the trauma. No, I think they did that to mess with her.
I would say yes, all of the above.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those two things are not mutually exclusive.
But it wasn't even they did that to mess with her. It was Armand, because Armand.
It was Armand. Yeah,
he was making decisions. They were following him at the time. Yeah. He did that. That's why I said he was so jealous of her and Louis' relationship that he was trying to do anything to put a wedge in between, even making her get her rid of herself, getting her out of here, making her so unhappy.
He slipped into that same mindset that he did when he first saw Lestat. I have to make him mine, no matter the cost. And if I see his attention is splitting over there, then whatever's over there, I need to destroy. Because on the night where they had Claudia, swear the vows, she pledged to the Night's Watch of the theater. Louis was supposed to die that night.
And they said,
and not only did Armand let him live,
They're together.
But the motherfucker is able to just walk around freely. Even backstage
out in the damn theater and shit. Yeah.
At least you could have some decency at least and move to France. They're already there. Move to fucking Spain or something like all those countries over there, like Italy, England, Spain. They're like just a hop, skip, and jump away from each other. You can get to a different country in a matter of hours if you're in the right part of those states. It's just it's so annoying.
Corrine, I think you're correct. She says it also seems like he was going hard on Claudia to make up for being lenient with Louis.
Yeah, that's what it is. But the problem that he runs into there that I think maybe he refuses to see, because that's how narcissists work, is again, people fucks with Claudia. They like her, especially Santiago. In their interactions, I think you could see Santiago is looking at her like, oh no, that's my little sis. It's something in her. He sees that greatness in there, and he's like, nah, we're not about to let them fuck you up at all. And he gives her several pep talks anytime that she's feeling a little too much in her feels. He pops up out the blue and steers her thoughts in a different direction and lets her see things in a different light. And that works. And as a Theodore kid, that is a mentor relationship that you do grow to appreciate in your years. And I really like seeing their friendship blossom. But yeah, so that was the end. Before we move on to much more, because we are in episode 4 now, what do you ladies rate episode 3? Chat room, what y'all got for what's our rating system? Did we choose a rating system last time? What was it?
Only for the last 2 episodes. We change it every time we have a video.
We do. So what are we doing? What are we doing for this round?
Baby dolls.
Boom. There it is. How many baby dolls? 1 out of 10. 1 to 10. How many baby dolls y'all giving episode 3?
Lady, you want to go first?
A little bit, Goth. You're not. I don't think you're wrong. I agree with that. It was both.
Yeah, I think I have mixed feelings on Santiago's inquisitive intent. I think obviously they liked her better than they liked Louis, but at the same time, it was like, if there's a way to get her separated, one, it'll hurt Louis, and 2, like whatever information we can get from her could be used against. Like there's other things there. I would give this episode an 8 out of 10 baby dolls. And that's only because I know how the season ends, and that for me is a 10. And I think that's like what.
Thank you for not spoiling.
So
yeah, appreciate that.
I have the same thing.
That's like a 9.
Okay,
so I'll give this like a 7.5, 8. Yeah,
I'm giving this an 8 because I really did like the backstory. I like the Armand backstory, and I also like seeing what Claudia was doing inside of the theater troupe, like her having her own relationship with people, trying to be a part of a group while Louis out here pretending he's too good for it all. So I like the fact that she is doing that, and she also understands what the hell's going on. She's not stupid. She sees this and she sees this.
She's quick drama girl.
Yes. So I like the intrigue, the information that we're getting. I like the plots, and this is going to get an 8 for me. 8, baby.
Yeah, and it again, channeling my Billy Potter from Poison. 8s across the board. Yeah, I'm giving it an 8 too, because I love the backstory, just like Meek said, and it's giving us a lot more insight to Claudia, and also we're getting to see some more insights about Armand. And I don't know, I may go back and watch the movie once we're done with this, because I feel like I'm getting a lot more from this version of Armand than I did with Antonio Banderas.
It's the reason why I like the show better.
Yeah, that's no shade to Antonio Banderas. He's actually one of my faves. But yeah, it's developed a lot more here, and I really, really like that.
You can dive into the material a little more. So
always on 10, except when it's 15. I'd see it. Okay, high praise. They deserve it.
Okay.
All right. So let us go into, we are already here in episode 4. We started off with a solo right away. Claudia, not only did she come into the coven officially, but she has a leading role now I have beef with this leading role. But at first, she's in here gung ho. She's gonna make it work, and it's the same thing we saw last episode. Even though it was a shit job that they were giving her to do, she was in there gung ho because she's for the team. She wants to prove herself, prove her worth. That I can vibe. We're in this together. Mm-hmm. And she it ends up being a hit. It's very popular. And like I think it was Meeks that said earlier, they added more shows on because the demand was high. Like, and when you looked into the theater, it's another round of the Rocky Horror Picture Show again because everybody is wearing that baby doll dress.
Mm-hmm. And the demand was high, but the demand was high, and Armand was still petty.
Yes, and Armand was petty as fuck. Correct. Mm-hmm. We don't want to leave that off. Mm-hmm.
No, because that's very important. Because when he sent her, like when she got tired of it, and he sent her out there, she ran into the dressmaker. I can't remember. I think didn't she meet her for the first time in the last episode?
It was I want to say it was episode 2.
Is this the episode where she got to run up in there?
She went over there. The dressmaker, she was trying to scrape off the Nazi symbol that was on the window.
I don't think.
And that's when they start talking again, and Claudia invites her to the show. That's a little bit further in from the beginning here,
because I can't remember. There's a scene that I'm remembering, but I can't remember what episode it's in. And if it's not in these two, then I won't mention it. But I just like the fact that she went in there and was talking to the dressmaker simply because people were avoiding her and telling her not to talk to her. Like, you should stay away from her because she has problems.
From the first time. Yeah. Excuse me. That was that we talked about that on the last stream. Yep. So now that part has happened already,
which I like.
And and not just a friend that has any type of bias like vampire or bloodsucker or whatever, but just a genuine person that she could chill with. Mm-hmm. Episode 2, yes. Thank you, Jordan. That's what I thought it was.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I enjoy her actually meeting and hanging out, even though she could also tell she was miserable.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that made them vibe. And I mean, I was for that because it seems like the dressmaker folks don't like her for whatever their reasons, but she's trying to make her way. I don't know what her past is. Maybe we'll find out something funky later. But for right now, I ain't see her do shit to nobody. So
not her business.
I'm here for that friendship because those are two lost, lonely souls having a genuine connection, and I don't think either of them have had a connection like that in quite a long time. So I was here for that budding friendship to keep going. Blah, blah, blah. Once we do get to Claudia being ridiculously done with this, what they say it was supposed to be the next 50 years, but she only makes it to show 500, and she's like, I don't like this anymore, and she keeps on doing it, but you can very much tell that the joy in doing it is gone. It's completely lukewarm and flat, and of course, because Armand's a dick, he asks her about it in front of the troop, not a private meeting, in front of the troop, and she says, well, how exactly the fuck am I supposed to just stay okay playing this damn child? All of the bullshit that I've gone through, specifically because I look like a child, I'm not trying to hear that noise right now. It's like Louis, I had enough of that back home. I don't care to keep doing that at all right now. No, thank you.
And not to mention with the rest of the vampires, they were happy about the success at first, but then they wanted a chance to get on there and shine and have their pieces be in the spotlight. So they were also eager to have her, to have that baby show or baby skit to be out of there. And the fact that Armand is like, nah, we're going to keep this. It was just irritating the hell out of Santiago. Santiago missed having the shine on him. He missed being the important one. And he was just looking at the treatment that she was getting, even though it was negative, it was affecting her in his mind in a positive light to everybody else. And he was still irritated with the fact that Louis was there opening his mouth and making suggestions on shit. Like, Santiago was like, say something else.
Santiago said, who the fuck said that you could say anything?
Say something else.
It's like, y'all remember that scene from Black Panther where
Shut the fuck up, grown folks talking.
what the hell? When Bilbo came up there trying to talk shit, and they just started roofing at him. Like, bro, you have no place here. You didn't even try to raise your hand. You disrespectful bastard. Shut the fuck up. Did nobody ask you shit?
Nobody cares. Pretty much
nobody
nobody
we
cares.
Look like to you?
Nobody cares. And I just felt like Armand should have known better. That's why I'm like, I'm not quite sure like what the hell he was thinking. He should have known
I don't
better.
understand that. He really should have. I mean, and granted, he's the leader. If he was gonna do this shit, he shouldn't have played those steps when he walked Louis outside and tried to make believe he was going to kill him in the back alley on their walk. You should literally have just told them, look, this is what it is. And the argument that him and Santiago had about it before, Santiago was saying, like, you know what, this is what everybody thinks. And Armand checked him real quick, like, do you speak for the coven?
Well, Armand could check him, but he also needs to understand that eventually
he does.
I agree. If people keep corralling around him, he will speak for the coven. Like, sir, you should have been better.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Absolutely. I completely agree.
It's absolute when it wasn't. So I'm just like, I understand like all of them being irritated and annoyed at this man.
I get the frustration.
Wishy-washy bullshit.
Right. Because, you know, do what you say and say what you mean. It's a bit absurd for Armand to think that it would be okay to go through this. Y'all already went through this before. I mean, granted, not everybody that's in the coven now was there when Lestat first came in, but they know the story. So
first of all, I feel like they should be
making moves like this.
At this point in time, they have people in the. God damn it! What are these called? They're not gurneys. What are they? Little holes where they put the bodies? They had people buried in there.
In the morgue.
Yeah, in the morgue area, underneath it, where they had like old masters and old people who betrayed them and all this other stuff. Like, you know where they go.
Yeah.
You know where they went.
So, which is wild as fuck, because why are y'all keeping them? If you destroyed them or killed them, as you say,
show and tell.
If it was show and tell, then put them motherfuckers on the wall.
Nah. I want you to know that.
No, because it's not. There's a reason for it. I just don't want to spoil you, I guess. But there's a reason for it.
Okay.
If you think about it, it'll hit you hard. Like, they're vampires, right? So
they're vampires. If they kill
them away, what happens to a vampire that you just lock away? Who said they were dead? Did anybody ever say that they killed them?
Okay, you know what? Okay, that makes a difference. Because I thought they said it was, you know, the ones that broke the rules that we killed. I could be misremembering that word though. But yeah, you would put them in. You would do like Victor, Marcus, and Amelia did in Underworld. You could just put them into stasis, into hibernation.
Put them in the wall.
Yeah. Okay, so that makes sense. You know, and again, all roads lead back to Thrones. You know, there is that theory about the Sentinels being buried in the wall.
So I'm like,
that'd be great.
I will never use a Thrones reference.
Listen, it'll never be an end. Never.
Too bad we'll just be dreaming of a spring.
We'll have an ending.
We are literally going to be dreaming of spring.
Yeah,
we're already in the winds of winter.
Trash. But by this time, Santiago is letting everybody else know that he ain't here for the shits, and
he's got a good following too.
Are starting to agree that they also are not with the shits.
I mean, this is low key. This is low key what we were talking about on Sunday. There's a lot more people that are down with the Black Aja at the Citadel than we really knew. And that's kind of the same thing that is happening here.
Yep.
And that's what's in my notes. You know, the minions are arguing about all the fuck shit with Louis and why he's still allowed to trance upon our theater
and do whatever he wants.
Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yep.
And we do jump back to the future. I'm sorry, you say something, B?
No, I was agreeing. Like, yep.
Okay. Yeah, we jump back to the future for a bit, and this is where Daniel asks about the fire, and we see Armand first in a moment of panic.
Look up, like,
because there were no details about the fire in
so you should have
any of
held
our
that. I was like, why you
communiques,
say
sir.
that? I was like, did nobody get to that part yet, sir?
You got to be more subtle than that, Daniel. I thought you understood the assignment, my dude.
Trash.
Yeah, Daniel literally blew like half of his cover right there.
He was like, "Oh yeah, I was looking up stuff, and I saw that there was, a fire."
One of my researchers. He said one of my researchers. Meanwhile, you can't get on your phone because they've blocked the signal, and you can't get any internet that they don't want you to have. But one of your researchers just sent you a report. Okay, bro.
Before you knew who you were talking to when you came here and got. Oh, okay. Okay. So they, I mean, listen, they answered the questions about it. So they were like, yeah, that's just the thing.
Look, when she said whoever wrote the play, they should be killed. That's when I know I could fucks with her. Correct. And Corinne was thinking that which part of that?
I don't know any of these lores.
The originals and Vampire Diaries, yeah. I had to stop watching the Vampire Diaries. Got too teeny angsty for me. The originals, however, I fucks with the originals, especially Keelan and Freya. They are my OCP. And the way he tried to casually bring that up, right? Like,
yes, they both were like,
Daniel. The thing about that is, Daniel, you have been so clever with your petty
all of a sudden
until now. And all of a sudden, you fumble in the bag like this, sir.
Look,
we were rooting for you.
I was shook because I'm like, at any given time, Armand, I felt like Armand was already sick of you.
I thought he was gonna go over there, freeze time, and just slop his fucking head off. Now, you know what, baby? I'm sorry, but now we gotta go find another one. I'm sorry. He was on some fuck shit. You didn't see it, but I did.
He was like, I'm
just gonna go in a different direction.
You keep pushing this button. You keep pushing the same button.
Habitual line stepper.
I'm gonna come over here and hurt you. I'm going to hurt you.
And he wouldn't have cared anything about doing it either.
No, but did they go back to discussing like the fire, or did they say that's not time yet? I can't remember.
No, yeah, they yada past it. From that scene, we jump back to Claudia, and she's got the billboard sign on, and she's walking around trying to advertise. And this is where she comes back up on the dressmaker, and they get talking as she's cleaning off the symbol that shall not be named on the window, and she gives her some free tickets to the show and asks her to come by. And she eventually does, because they got a good little repertoire. And I really like, again, seeing their budding friendship, because I think both of them really could use a genuine friend in their lives. And I love seeing that. I'm sure it's going to end in disaster, but I like seeing it here. You ladies got any thoughts on that? Let me jump over here.
Sorry, I was just laughing because she's correct.
Right.
The one below that.
Casually bring it up.
That one.
You can all say, I hope he don't have an actual assistant, because he get right. Yeah. If they're not dead already, they'll be dead by the end of the week.
Listen, stop adding extra people. Stop adding extra people.
Right. Like,
but yeah, I got fuck up with Madeline, because I'm ready to get to my favorite part of the tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Surely the author of Vampire Diaries was influenced. Oh, I'm certain of that. Yeah. There's no way. There are too many things that you could tell, I think, are similar, but also where some of those vampires and magical folks are upgraded a bit, you can see the origin paths. So yeah, I agree with you on that. And okay, so after that scene goes by, Santiago, they're at this dinner at somebody's restaurant. I don't know who, but Claudia and Louis are sitting there talking, and Claudia again is trying to get him to see a little bit of reason and how people are looking at things. Like, bro, you're supposed to be dead, but you sitting here at the other end of the table
looking at me.
And Santiago is not only slightly in his feels with the growing jealousy of Claudia, but also looking at Louis like, you motherfucker, what the
you should be dead.
Who the fuck even said you could be here? I don't give a damn if Armand said, oh baby, it's okay. No, why the fuck are you here though? And he starts mimicking, and for a minute I honestly couldn't decide. Maybe y'all could tell me, was he just mimicking Louis, or was he somehow controlling?
He was reading his mind.
Yeah.
Was he just reading his mind? Okay.
I think he was reading.
I wavered. I wavered on that.
Well, he was saying he was reading his mind,
which is dangerous.
The words came out.
Super dangerous because bruh, the shit that's in your brain, and I think whatever it was that he saw there is going to be the catalyst for what we see him doing later.
Yeah, that and the fact that
people in True
Armand had shut it down immediately.
He
shut it down for everybody. Everybody's face is on the table.
I take this because Louis, once Louis got up and did that, oh, bitch, you think it's a game? Like, you forget.
Right. Like, let me remind you who the fuck I am.
Yeah. You forget what this is. You forget who made me, or you don't even know
who the fuck made you.
Yeah. Listen, the things I know is question marks compared to you. Like, don't play. Don't play.
When he caught his tongue, like, I was like, bruh.
Quick, fast, and look, everybody was eating that shit up, and Santiago was having the time of his life until Louis did a thing that they had never seen Louis do before. Because again, they've been downing on this man from the beginning, but they don't know how Louis moved. And does Louis still have a lot to learn in his vampire years?
Yes.
Yeah, but is he useless in a fight? Absolutely not. Mans is a fucking problem. And he snatched his tongue up so quickly, I'm surprised he didn't just rip it off.
I'm like, well, sir, what'd you learn?
No, you don't need to have watch. Right. Oh, okay. There's another comment before that. Hold on. Books came out in the 90s. She only got greenlit due to the popularity of Twilight. Yeah, everybody was trying to cash in on that. But the books were way popular before that broad even came up with the Twilight series. You're not missing a whole lot. Not seeing them. There's a few parts that I will watch, but you ain't really missing nothing.
I tried and then I stopped. No. Never again.
Look, if you're a fan of Cedric Diggory and what the fuck was her name on Charlie's Angels? I don't remember. But if you're a fan of either one of them two people, don't watch Twilight. Their characters will piss you off.
I'm an adult.
The teen angst is running.
Yeah, see, I can't deal.
Yeah.
No.
I can do some young adult, but them in that brand of young adult, no. I don't like excessive teenage angst. No, thank you.
But from this whole situation at the table, Santiago was like, number one, you're hiding something. Number two, I'm finna find out what it is. And number three, I'm finna get you the hell out of here. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. You hear me?
How the fuck you come in here the first time you on stage and you stealing the opening number, the main number, my shit?
He don't even care about that at that point. At that point, he's like,
he's pissed off. Yeah, what is? Because he got embarrassed. He got hemmed up by the motherfucker that they have been saying is just weak willy bullshit. And weak willy bullshit came up and damn near snatched his tongue and his soul out of his body. And he has to retaliate. He has to answer that now.
It's just reckless. Him moving reckless. So now they have a devise a plan. And I can't remember how they kept Claudia out. I think did they do it between a show or before a show and had her do something, and then they knew that Armand was was meeting Louis somewhere because they ransacked that place. They went in there. Santiago went into their apartment and was like,
I feel like they were watching when Claudia came out of the dressmaker shop, and what's the other scene that they showed there really quick? There was something with I know Santiago like stepped out of the shadows, and then no, that's later on. Let me hold off on that. After the dress shop, you see Daniel asked about some of the pictures because it was Louis had went in to try to apply for that photography job. That's what it was. He went and tried to apply for that, and the guy was just, to me it seemed like he was just making excuses not to hire Louis. He was saying, you don't really have that oomph, that to capture people in your eye. Like, it just, I think he saw the picture of Armand and he liked that one, but he wasn't down with anything else that was in the portfolio.
No, he was also like you shoot everything in the dark and you need to come to the light. Like,
come into the light a little bit. Yeah,
I think he would find a better I think he said a better subject with better lighting during the day as opposed to night, trying to shoot with like a flash or something.
Which honestly really was just code for, you need to find someone that is not melanated, that is in the daylight.
That's code for you're good at what you do, but take pictures in the day. And he was like, you can't take, I can't take pictures in the day. And so it frustrated him that he couldn't get better pictures at night.
He can't properly explain why he can't get pictures in the day. Sunblock has not been invented yet.
Listen. And so when we went back to the present, he was showing Daniel all the pictures. Like, these are the pictures I've taken. Look at this. Great. This is great. This is great. And Daniel, being the man that he is like, this ain't yours.
He found the right interjection moment this time. He didn't just blurt it out.
Like, who?
And Louis,
such and such.
The camera immediately went over to Armand, and he was just sitting there stuck like, ooh. And Louis was like, wait, hold on. Show me that again. What? Where did you find that? Flip. No, that's not mine. What the fuck? What the fuck are all of these doing in here? And Armand, the only thing Armand could scramble to think was, Rashid or one of them was putting stuff away one time. Maybe they misplaced it. Leave. Rashid didn't do shit. Rashid is over here doing his job and minding his business. You bastard. The fuck's wrong with you? Leave that man alone. Be blaming shit on him. Rashid didn't do shit.
This argument was well deserved because you sat over there and tried to like beef up his portfolio with other people's work, thinking that he wouldn't notice it's not his work.
Exactly.
You're dumb.
and again, that is also a same thing that is with Lestat. Louis, you keep picking these motherfuckers that constantly, and you don't see it. Because like Claudia said, you're stupid when you're in love. You don't see the shit that they're doing behind your back, that they're doing around you, that constantly just belittles you. And those insecurities, that's how they keep control of you.
It's so funny. Listen, at that point, and then they have a big blow up argument. I'm just like, excuse me, I'm gonna take my I'm gonna
a very loud argument, because that we only see mainly out of one window in that whole apartment, but that spot is big. That looks like a corner condo in New York City. That's not no small piece of landscape, so to speak. And they are yelling very clearly. The words are able to be made out as Daniel is starts looking through the folders.
Trash.
And it's interesting. We do cut away from him for that. We see I put Lestat's memory is in crouching on Louis's mind, because while Louis is in this random tantrum, Lestat's is in there. And I really like what you said in our last stream, Meeks, for you guys that weren't there. Meeks was thinking that it was possible that this isn't just Louis's brain projecting, but we know Lestat has this level of psychic powers. He could actually be projecting there. And I'm hoping I'm hoping that that's what it is, but I haven't seen things just yet. The ladies have, so we can't expound on that too much, but I'm very eager to see what happens later on. And we also got Claudia making closer friends with the dressmaker. They're sitting there having a laugh as Claudia has commissioned a new dress to be going through. Cut back a little bit to Armand, and this is after the dinner where he almost snatched Santiago's tongue out. He takes him to a museum. I didn't see what the outside of the museum looked like for a second. I thought it was the Louvre, but I wasn't sure because I didn't see the framework of it.
I don't know.
But he takes them to this museum where it's after hours. First of all, security is in full effect, and
Not
he
anymore.
freezes time to get past them. Yeah, like they took a nap standing up right there. They'll probably thaw out or unfreeze around 7 or 8 o'clock when their shift is over. He takes them to a private room in this museum and shows him most of his original works, which is very interesting. Because I think before this, Louis was yelling like, "Who exactly are you?"
Nobody.
For a bit. A girl is no one.
I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
Like, I can't. But he did. But Armand did open up a little bit and tell him about his past. A teeny tiny bit, right? Just a little bit.
A little bit. He told him. He mentioned Marius, who we know is the vampire that created Lestat. And he had said that earlier, I could tell that he was made by Marius, one of the defectors that left my ranks before all the extracurricular shit started going down. So is there ever a time that Marius comes out? And I know it's probably a spoiler. Don't give me anything elaborate, but is there a time that Marius comes back into the story with him, book readers in the chat? Let me know. Just yes or no. Don't elaborate on the situation if it is happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Marius or Magnus?
Wait, no, I'm thinking. Okay, Marius made Armand and Magnus made Lestat. Okay. I was thinking. I'm remembering from the movie. In Queen of the Damned, it was Marius that had made Lestat. Magnus, I mixed that up. They did say Magnus in the episode, so I was mixing him up for Marius. My bad. Never mind then. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go back. Claudia talks to the dressmaker and actually also tells her about some of her trauma, and something happened with the dressmaker and she started bleeding, and you could see Claudia very visibly having to keep herself still and not jumping on the free-flowing blood that was coming down her leg. And right at that time, Santiago comes and snatches her up and tells her she needs, we got to get back to base camp, basically.
Well, that's after, and that's also after he didn't. Isn't this after he snuck in and looked at all of their stuff in the apartment, or is this before it?
This was a little bit before.
Okay.
Just a little bit before. He snatches her up, says they need to get back to the theater. But oh wait, no, I may mix it up. I think what you just said was a little bit before this, and I forgot to put that in the notes.
Yeah, because that's my favorite part. Him going in there and finding them books, and I was like,
sees all that. She's like, ooh, right. And as soon as he grabbed one of the diaries, I said, oh shit, yep, it's about to go down.
Okay,
he didn't do it yet because Armand snatches her up, and then she goes back to the room.
Yeah, that's when he tells her, keep wearing the dress since you find it as such a front to your character. You don't appreciate the privilege that it is for you to be here in our troop. And this is also where Armand checks Santiago pretty hard. He snatches him up real quick. Like, look here, motherfucker, you done forgot exactly who the fuck I am and exactly who the fuck you are. Stay in your fucking place and do what I tell you when I say.
This is why you can't be inconsistent. This is why you have to have a hard line as a leader. You fucked up, sir. Don't be getting mad because they're testing values.
Exactly. This is your fault, Armand. You cannot be mad at any of them because they're literally just following your example right now. If the rules don't matter to you, why the fuck should they pay attention to them? That's some bullshit.
But yeah, so now we're in a rock and a hard place. Again, now it's about to flip for Claudia. Him getting information is about to flip.
Yeah, and he also tells Claudia right then and there that you're not allowed to go see your little dressmaker no more. I don't give a fuck how many kikis and ha-has y'all have. We don't associate with mortals on that level. You are forbidden from going there ever again. And you know Claudia. I already knew that was going to cause problems because Claudia is a shit disturber. She's a born shit disturber, habitual line stepper. If you tell her not to do something, that is the one thing that will move to the top of her list that she will do.
Well, it's just like Lestat and just like Louis. Don't be telling them what not to do. They're going to do it right now.
Yep.
Slow motion. All the way to it.
Slow motion for me.
All the way to it.
Mm-hmm.
All the way. Really sad. Really sad.
Correct.
Rough.
And it says Queen of the Damned had the whole story confused, avoid having to pay actors for all the characters she did. I did hear that. Yeah, there was a lot of skimming in that storyline. You know, know your role. Yeah. Yep. That's basically it. I mean, I can't fault him for saying that because Santiago was out of pocket. However, was he wrong though? No, this is another Vayman. This is another Vayman situation. You were hella fucking out of pocket how you were doing things, but are you wrong? Not really.
Just be better.
Mm-hmm.
Be better. Be better.
That's basically it. So from there, I think we get back to Claudia.
You do.
Go ahead. Please.
Like, okay, in between there, when Claudia went back to, like, after the whole, like, her getting hemmed up by Armand. Yeah, hemmed up by Armand, and then Armand hemmed up Santiago, and she went back to their apartment or their flat or whatever you want to call it, and she confronted Louis, like, bro, like, how does he know that?
That's exactly what I was getting to.
Like,
yep.
To me, like, his whole, like, man, this is the first night, like, bro, could you imagine the anger you would have? Like, what do you mean?
Go to sleep.
The first night, we should have gotten them out of here. What are you talking about right now? Like, what are you even talking about? And then you gave him more information about who did what and what. He's like, well, you can trust them. What you mean we can trust them?
Who is we?
And if you remember, Louis had said earlier that, hey, we need to talk. I need to tell you something. But something else had come up, and I think maybe she was about to, like, miss her call on stage, and she had to go do that. But you still should not have waited ever to tell her that. I totally agree with what Lady D is saying here. Go ahead, continue, B.
It was that, like, I cannot believe him. That was really good. I remember watching that and being like, oh my God, this is how you tell her? Like, y'all are really shitty fathers. Like, y'all are awful like, was that? Oh my God. Like, just
the worst.
And you
right behind him.
Bro, you are so neglectful. And so, like, you
selfish.
And your, like, quest for love is so ridiculous. It doesn't even make any sense. Like, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. And then, of course, that's when Santiago, like, when they leave, when Santiago goes up there or whatever to get. But, like, you out here so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what he knows, right? You're out here so free, and knowing that the rest of the coven hates you. You're still out here so freaking comfortable. So freaking, like,
it's mind-boggling.
All his fault.
Yeah, you didn't think to hide any of your diaries properly, though?
Well, it's her place. She had no idea that somebody knew. Somebody else
needed to be. She didn't know that she needed to be on guard.
She's been keeping it together. She ain't told nobody nothing. The problem
she hasn't. You're correct. I'm not disagreeing on that, but I am thinking that for everything that Claudia has already been through, for this part, and not like specific in how she's handling being in situations she's been put in with theater or with the rest of the coven, for her. Why would you not hide your very personable thoughts more in the top drawer? That's not good enough.
She didn't know she needed to, because as far as she was concerned, as far as she knew, only her and Louis knew about that. The moment he opened his mouth and was like, yeah, Armand just didn't like the fact that she was like, who? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean he knows? Because if he knows, she's like, well, then everybody else could know because he knows. So now she's like,
I mean, and at that point in time, yeah, that was right before.
You see the private chat?
No, I do not. Oh,
hit on that. She dropped it.
Oh, got you. Yep. It's telling me your devices are not connected, B. So I can't add you back. So something's up with either your camera or your microphone, because it's not giving me the option to add you back in.
Yeah, so that was my thing. My thing is that it was.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she didn't have any reason. So the moment she knew that he knew, she knew that everybody else could potentially know, and then she's like, "Ah, shit."
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I think at that point in time, that's when she should have tried to put the thing someplace else, because the only places Santiago searched was in her drawers, and I think he may have gone in the closet. I could be misremembering that part, but I know he definitely went through the chest of drawers. Why did you have the diary there of all places? Like, I mean, and that's, I feel like children even know not to hide nothing in your panty or sock drawer, because that's the first place your mom is gonna go look. That's a beyond rookie mistake, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was right.
I don't know.
But I'm just like, at this point, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, I want you to go to sleep just so I can pour some liquid on you and light it on fire. Because you deserve this. Like, you deserve all of that. Bring me the honest realness.
I will also say that Santiago definitely did go there with intent of finding those books, because we did get that scene where she was showing a bit of her disgruntledness in the morgue situation with the separating the bodies for the rats and whatnot. And he was saying, after seeing her writing in her diary, you're not supposed to really be recording our actions like that. And she kind of yada the explanation she gave to him, like, well, no, it's just me and my personal thoughts on things I've been through and blah, blah, blah. And she trusts him enough because, again, he's had this mentor role with her, this big brother, little sister role. And she just tossed the diary at him. Like, I mean, look, okay, you got questions. Go ahead and look. I ain't worried. And honestly, I don't think that she had anything in there that would be expressly criminating to anyone.
Not in that
because
one.
Again, it was for it, at least not in that one. It was just specifically to help her process things. But Santiago, of course, even though he's the baby of the troop, he still is intuitive enough to think, okay, if she got one of these things, I'm sure she got some other stuff somewhere else, and he goes and finds them. And that's a problem. That's why I said, no, Claudia, you're not an ignorant person. You're not a stupid child. The same shit that me and Meeks were saying about Letty when we reviewed the Lovecraft Country. Okay, you have been the fastest runner since episode 1. Letty, how the fuck are you just sitting here walking to the music of the bombs and whatnot that's going down? No, we're on a time crunch. And here, Claudia completely misjudged the whole situation. And that makes me sad for her.
Daniels. Listen, I was already in love with Ben Daniels from Lord of the Rings.
From Lord of the Rings, yep.
Listen, I saw him this and I was like, you better give me more. You better give me more of this man.
Has he not been fucking serving, bruh?
Give me more of this man.
From the minute he came on the scene, he's been running them scenes, bruh. I appreciate that. I love it.
But I just feel bad that she's so worried about getting people to like her more in the truth. She's not seeing the real shit going on. She's not seeing the tomfoolery that's happening. Yeah. She's not being involved in the bullshit. Sad. But it just sets her up for failure. It sets Louis up for failure. It sets Armand up for failure. I'm just like, I'm frustrated at all these old ass grown ass men.
Yep.
Not seeing shit. Especially Armand. Like, Armand, you should have fucking knew better.
How did you not? My biggest beef with these 2 episodes is Armand.
I told you I hate this man.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck, bruh?
How you gonna be in charge but not in charge?
I'm saying. Why is your name not Charles? I mean, fuck the actor that played that role, but for all my 80s, 90s kids, Charles and Charles was shit back in the day. How the fuck were you not running shit like Charles, bro? Huh?
Too busy trying to get Louis
too busy trying to get your damn dick wet.
Listen, trying to get him to stay, trying to be together. Like, okay, sir. Okay.
Look, infraction number 1. And I feel like actually that there is a bit of an asterisk that can go next to that, because in the rules it said, let me scroll back up, where are the rules? In the rules, no vampire can harm another vampire except for the leader of the coven, who is allowed and given authority to pass judgment. So that is kind of a loophole that the Louis situation would fit into, but still you have to deal with those consequences, because the rest of the coven is not fucking with that shit at all. They've already had beef with you about this because you couldn't recruit him.
It's so like,
but now here we are.
But then after
Tyrus
this,
needs to be in a floor vault. No, not even a floor vault. No, they just need to be burned.
They need to not exist.
Yeah, erase all of the evidence.
Need to not exist.
And Jordan's asking,
yeah, he did.
Oh, yes, he did. Yep. Yeah, and that's the scene we just talked about, where she tossed it to him like, here, go ahead and read. I got nothing to hide. And a little bit God says, I think as soon as she learned it was against the law to write it down, she should have been more careful. Sis got caught. Yeah, she should have just got rid of all of those diaries, including the one that she had that was current, that she told Santiago to read. And if you remember, you notice Santiago didn't look in that.
I thought he did. I thought he read it through and was like, interesting reading, and then gave it back to her because he read it
did
fast.
He?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought he.
Okay, okay. I'll have to go back and watch that scene. That's not how I remember it.
He flipped through the pages and read real fast. Like, interesting reading.
Okay.
And it's just honestly and truly like, you're right. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why you were writing it down. You're a vampire. You remember everything. Like, your brain. You're not gonna lose
not everything.
Like, you don't have to. Like, what?
Louis lost his memory.
Remember?
Well,
Louis lost some of his memories.
Louis didn't lose his memory. Louis had his memories taken from him by Armand.
Yeah, that's right. Armand, you're right.
That's
you're right.
Different thing. And apparently there are ways around that, but he had his memories taken. Like, bruh, girl, girl. Especially like what you're saying. Like, once Santiago caught you and was like, you're not supposed to do that, right? Like, you should have already been like, okay,
let me get rid of these.
Yeah, wait. You know what this reminds me of? B, I don't know if you ever watched the show, but Meeks, I know you just got done with them not too long ago. But this is Walter on Fringe when he took out those parts of his brain matter specific to memories of heinous shit that he did. So he did not have to remember them. But not only did that he didn't have to remember them, but he didn't want to remember them because there were people after that knowledge. And that's why he did it. And for here, it's for Walter's situation, that was different. That was kind of self-preservation. But here, Armand, and this is something that we said earlier about the shit that Armand has been doing to Daniel. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a bit more of a deep dive on what happened there, because Daniel has been remembering things from the very beginning. He just hasn't been able to put them all together in the right order yet. It's like I don't I can't think of her name, but I'll say it the way Meeks does. Pelopone on Agatha with her memory, because Lilia, thank you. Yes, with her memory, because she's a time hopper like that. But the messages that we were getting from the present day in Agatha were all disjointed and coming in different orders than they should have been. And that I think that's the same thing. That's kind of the same thing that's happening to Daniel here. He's getting these clips, but he doesn't know how to properly process them yet or put them into the right order.
And luckily, he's in contact with some people who gave him some stuff. And he was like, wait, this says my name on it. It says Daniel. Click, click, clack. Open that up. He was like, oh, look, there's me going in a building and me kind of sort of coming out of a building, kind of a little with assistance. And a recording.
And then there's a recording that says, Daniel, I think it was Wallace, is that his name? Wally or something like that.
Yes, Agatha's
with a date on it. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Go watch Agatha and then go watch our discussions, because they were hilarious.
Yeah.
And if you're into watching reactions, also, I did reactions for it. Meeks, you did reactions for Agatha too, right?
Always, everything.
Yes,
everything.
Definitely go and check out both me and Meeks's.
I have reactions on everything.
I have always said, yo, like since me and Meeks been rocking with each other for Lovecraft Country, actually, that's where we started, and yeah, it's ever since then it's just been on. And Bobby, and I do not know when Meek sleeps. I don't. I really don't understand. Like, especially now that a lot of the editing that she used to do can't be done within certain hours, and I really be worried about my homie because I know she'd be tired. When she says at the beginning of the streams that she's tired, I feel that very intimately. She's not just exaggerating. So, praises to the old gods and the new that Meeks' Energizer battery will always be fully charged.
Listen, so I just be home. If you ever see me text you in the middle of the day, I'm probably home.
And a very lovely home it is.
I'm tired.
I had good times last time I was over there.
I was like, I'm tired. I'm just gonna be in the house. But today was my day off, so. But yeah, so. Once he got that, I think he clicked on it and was listening to it, and then like the episode ended because that's all of next episode.
This was while they were arguing. He was starting to hear shit, and it sounded like it was that last night where he was where he popped off one too many times on the smart aleck comments, and this is when Louis attacked him. I don't think Louis actually did a whole lot. I think it was more Armand that was doing stuff, and that's why the memories of that are fuzzy, because Armand tried to erase that shit. Whatever it was that happened.
That's exactly what happened.
I said, when are you watching these next 2 episodes?
Probably this weekend.
This weekend?
I have like 2 other things to do.
What are we doing on Wednesday?
No. Yeah.
I'm like, girl, today is Monday. I'm like, wait.
Look here. Okay, see that right there is the reasoning. Okay, it's Monday. I have been giddy since like halfway through the day that I saw I overhit the 1K. Okay, I'm sorry. Don't judge me.
I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Then what are we doing on Wednesday?
Yeah. So yeah, 5 and 6 episodes. 5 and 6 is what we'll be doing on Wednesday.
Okay.
Tomorrow I will be on with the homies on 1,000 Eyes and One. Nikki and Tanya, we're talking about the Goofy movie. It's going to be a blast. So come through on their channel for that.
I'm like, okay, I don't want to say nothing because you haven't watched the episodes yet. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to catch Lady D before she said something because I knew what you, girl. You looking at me, I'm looking at you. Yeah.
So I will probably watch those. I will probably watch those tomorrow. Just after I get home, because there'll be enough time. I don't go on with the girls until 9. So yeah, I'll probably make all my notes just before that. And then Wednesday again, hit us up back here. And
same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
I can't wait for you to finish this season. That's what I'm saying. Girl.
Yeah.
There are a couple things before we fully wrap up the ep though. We saw that Santiago was stalking with 2 other vampires, but Louis also is having a conversation in the past with Armand about how to let it seem like Santiago's running shit, but then to snatch them up with the okie doke, like, look here, bitch, this is my shit, all that nonsense. And then real stupid. I mean, he did show Santiago what it was about.
Still stupid.
There's going to be consequences. Oh yeah, there's going to be consequences for that, I'm sure. But what we ended with was Louis and Armand's argument about these pictures that should not have been in the place they were. And while that's happening, Daniel is on his laptop looking at that audio that we told y'all about on the night that he was first attacked, when they first convinced him to write this memoir. So it cuts off like right once the recording starts getting good. So that's where we're going to pick back up with episode 5. and I am looking forward to it. And yes, and again, as you see on the screen here, shout out to Colette Denmark. Came through from the Wheel of Time discussion, preview discussion stream that we did yesterday. It was a fun time. I hope y'all will join us for the season coming up. When does that start again?
It starts on the 13th, but they're doing the
April 13th?
March.
Okay, March 13th. Yeah, it's right around the corner.
But they're doing the first episode on March the 8th. So we're trying to figure out like what else they're doing because I didn't know it was 3 hours. It was a 3-hour thing. So I guess after the episode, there's like a Q&A and then there's something else. I'm like, okay, well, that something else better be the second episode. I said what I said.
Right.
Because I got us out here looking like Tyrone Biggums of fantasy shows.
Look, y'all got any more of them episodes? I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Anything.
At some point in time, we will have to cover. Goddamn, what was the name of that damn movie? New Jack City. But also, aside from that, we're gonna have to cover the parody. You know, what is it? Don't something or other while drinking your juice in the hood.
I'm good on covering those. I'm good on those. It will not be with me. They're slapstick funny. I can't. It's not funny to me no more.
Absurd funny, but yeah,
it's not funny to me no more. Like I can't watch New Jack City at all.
I have not.
Life.
Exactly.
I watched it as a child, and I was like,
you know now.
New Jack City, Boys in the Hood, Precious. I never needed to see any of those movies past the first time I saw them.
I'm good. Nah. That's all that is. I'm good for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Agatha is a great show. Yeah, again, definitely go check that out. Then go check out the reactions that both me and Meeks did, and check out our discussions because it was a blast. And also, I believe for one of those, our lady Heidi from CostumeCo joined us. It's always a great time when we hang out with Heidi. So go check those out. And thank you, Jordan. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really hope and I know I do have some lurkers out there. I do always see y'all, even though y'all don't be in the chat. I see the numbers and y'all watching. I appreciate y'all too. And thank you, Lady V. Yes, we trying to get it popping in 2025. You know, that's what we're trying to do. There's a lot of good things. There's one more hurdle for 2025. One more big hurdle that I'm gearing up to go in on. So fingers crossed for your girl. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pass the test. That's all you need to remember. Meekcast, that is absolutely a name that I've never seen before. Hello, welcome, and thank you. We're so glad that you're enjoying our random ramblings. Please do come back in the future. Don't forget to click like, sub, and subscribe. So, ladies, what we rating this episode? What are we rating episode 4? How many? What is our rating system for episode 4?
It was still. Well, are we going to get a new rating system? Or are we going to do the same for both? The new one?
Oh, does the old one fit? Does Baby Dolls fit for this one?
Baby Dolls? How about Notebooks?
Notebooks?
How about Stupid Journals?
That's it. That's it right there. How many 1 to 10? How many notebooks we rating this episode? Lady D, what you got?
I'm still rating this one an 8. Like 8 is good for me, and I'm gonna stick at 8. And the reason why is because I can't tell you why. So
I appreciate you taking my innocence on the plot into consideration.
Yep, same.
Yes,
it's an 8
indeed. Eights across the board. Yeah, I'm also giving it an 8. It was, I enjoyed everything that they put in here. I think the bouncing between the timelines was really, really good. For this, they just gave us the little tidbits that they needed to give, and then they ran off back into the next time stream. And I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait until we see what's coming up in the next 2. We'll be back here on Wednesday to discuss those episodes 5 and 6, and Tuesday I will be on with the ladies Nikki and Tanya on 1000 Eyes and One talking about the Goofy movie. And I think there's a couple other things coming up. Maybe we have not set a date for Dune or Squid Game just yet, but they are on the list. Rest assured, we will be getting to them. Definitely Squid Game before the second half of season 2 comes out. We'll get that
in July.
Yeah,
we'll get that in.
We got time for that.
And then next week is also Daredevil.
Yes, next week Daredevil starts, and then shortly after that will be the Wheel of Time. So we will be in our nerd bag when
That's
those
right. You better blow those bubbles.
Yeah,
blow those bubbles.
See, she is letting us know that she is as excited for these shows as we are.
She is.
Yes,
she's excited. She's a little. She's a little.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. See, I like talking to her. Y'all know that my other little baby girl that I had on here for House of the Dragon, she was just bullying me left and right the whole time we were on screen. So yeah, this is refreshing. I don't have a tiny human yelling at me the whole time. And I say that in jest. For anyone that's watching this and you didn't watch the House of the Dragon stuff yet, I say that in jest. So yeah, that is the show for the evening, folks. This is where we left off. We will come back and see how all of these situations are going to unfold in episodes 5 and 6. Lady D, I know you're going to be around here for the shits and shenanigans. Meeks, I know you got stuff actually that's going to be published. What you got coming up, man?
Girl, I have stuff.
All the things.
Listen, I'm tired. I got things. I'm watching stuff. Interested in the stuff that I'm watching, it's on my channel. Anime, live actions, K-drama.
What K-drama? Yeah, what K-drama things are you into right now?
Right now, I don't have anything up on YouTube after When the Phone Rings. I'm watching Love Scout, but that's probably going to be just for Patreon.
Yeah. Is it current over there?
It just finished. No. They just wrapped up and I'm just starting it. So I haven't posted anything yet, but I have it ready to post. But yeah, Love Scout. Watching that. It's really good. I enjoy it. Makes me feel good on the inside.
I love that. All right, yeah. So on all of the links are downstairs, y'all. Yep, you're correct. I know it's time to wrap it up. You ain't even let me finish, baby. I was about to do that.
Nope.
Yes, indeed. So again, folks, thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all you guys coming through. Again, we just made it over the 1K threshold, so we'll be able to start getting some AdSense in, and very hopefully be able to just give some better production coming up. We got some good things in the works. So what if discussions and just more random nerd shit with me, Meeks, and Lady D, and whoever else decides to pop in. You know, Sphinx is going to be about at some point in time. Probably definitely going to have our homie Michael or Nerd Guy Productions come back over here and do some stuff. Reggie probably come through, and we'll just see how that goes. So check all the links below. You can find everybody there. Thank you again for being here, and let's go ahead and hit that next 1,000, 2,000. We on the way. Catch y'all on Wednesday. Peace out.
Bye.